Blue sapphire, Saturn. Blue sapphire is connected with planet Saturn. It's Shani in Sanskrit. Who can tell what Saturn rules? Air, prana, vitality. So those who've got problems with prana should wear blue sapphire. Now I'll tell you how to use it correctly. Blue sapphire. Those who don't have enough prana should wear it. Those who have lots of prana can become overloaded with it. I'll give you the symptoms of unloading and overloading. You're supposed to know all the signs. I'll give examples of diseases connected with Saturn. They are, I've forgotten the name, when a person is shaken. Epilepsy. It's purely Saturn disease, shaking. There's too much prana, too much vata dosha. Spasm starts. The whole body is like a stone and is shaking. And why so much prana? They tortured everyone in the previous life, made other people shake. Now Saturn shakes them, as much as they used to shake others. There are many ways of mental violence, many kinds. There are people who used to hurt others mentally. They naturally tend to have epilepsy. By the way, they are rather cruel people. They are violent in this life too. Watch them. They have it. Some don't cope, others are afraid. An epileptic told me, I know which thoughts provoke the seizure. As soon as I start thinking about resentment, anger, it starts. That's why I don't let myself even think about it. How does Saturn treat a person? Toughly. Blue sapphire. There are light blue sapphires, there are various sapphires, but these blue dark ones, black sapphires, be careful with them, they can cause troubles. Besides, the following illnesses are connected with Saturn: joints, intervertebral hernia, weakness of muscles. They are almost all vata illnesses connected with Saturn. Shani increases vata. Saturn influences greatly the territory we live, the northern part of Russia, the northwest, Siberia, our region, a part of Ukraine, Belarus, and there's less Saturn closer to Europe. This is Saturn's zone. There's very much Saturn in cold, snowy places. Snow, cold, winter, they are Saturn phenomena. Yeah, penguins are Saturn birds. And why vata increases so much? Watch our people. Have you noticed that they are rather cruel? Although I'm Russian myself, but I see this cruelty in people. When you watch other nations, they have their own problems, but we have lots of tough stuff, even in family life, even between your own people. Look at the history of our country, you'll see a lot of violence. There's a long trace of blood in the history. The conclusion is, we have to go out of this egregor. If you become kinder, you'll get attracted to the south. It's true. By the way, the same Russians living in the south are kinder. They're a little bit different. So nationality, it isn't a body. It isn't the shape of the body, it's mentally. That's why I say that there's much Saturn in Russia. People don't understand why they've turned up here in cold weather, why they feel bad, why it's windy in summer. This is Saturn's work. It's prison. Penalties may be different, lighter or stricter. Forced labor, as in Europe. You have to do it. Our penalty is strict. Saturn also has good qualities. For example, there are many wise men in Russia, many philosophers. The idea is that the nature of Saturn make people think. You can't be lazy, you'll starve to death. Go on, think. That's why industry in northern regions are developed. And south, the tropics, aren't developed economically. Everything is good. There's a bamboo hut, bamboo, bananas, that's enough. It's okay. There's no cold wind behind. You can lie and sleep. That's how India missed its independence. They overslept. If you look up in the history, you'll see it. They even didn't understand that they had been already occupied. It's dangerous when there's much Venus, much moon, and everybody is sleeping. So, to get rid of Saturn, blue sapphire removes Saturn's influence. People become milder, less tough. When there's much roughness in appearance and inside, your joints, muscles, behavior, eyes, talk become tough. How are you, dear? I'll come soon, I'm busy. Have you heard it? Why to speak this way? Mother was the same. This is the taste. Such people need blue sapphire to smooth. Blue, light blue sapphires. If you give him Venus, it won't help. I don't want this. They even call jewels strange names. They insult jewels, even diamonds. They are Saturn people. The ruder a person is, the more Saturn influence he has. So their diseases are rough, broken bones, creaking joints. The body is not flexible, it's rigid, heavy and so on. Spasms increased by Vata dosha, Saturn. That's why those who have these symptoms and diseases, the first thing to do is go into a hot country and have medical treatment there. When a person goes to the Black Sea, his conscience and mood changes. It's easier to live. What's the idea? It's said in Ayurveda that you can come to a warm place. It's better to have a villa there. You are charged there, and when you return, you should maintain that mood. Then cold and Vata won't influence you so much. In fact, Saturn is difficult. Saturn gives a person an idea, be in Vorkuta and freeze your kidneys. It won't give in other activities. Tell him, what are you doing there? Let's go away. No, I've got friends, work, home here. Penguins sit on an ice. Why do they sit? They can swim away. Can they? They can. Can they go away? They can. Why don't they? It's a tendency to sit on an ice and jump into cold water in turns. People act the same. I can't leave. It's Saturn. You see? Write down. Saturn controls bonds. It ties you, creates such circumstances when you can't move anywhere. It's a very severe planet. Be very careful with Saturn. I hardly ever help with choosing blue sapphires because it's very dangerous. Such things happen in life. Anyway, they are to be very mild, gentle. Remember the photos of sapphires. Severe sapphires makes karma worse. Mild ones may relieve tension. It's usually worn on the left shoulder when there's heart diseases or intractable ones connected with Saturn. Chronic diseases are connected with Saturn. The word chronos from Greek, if I'm not mistaken, is connected with Saturn. Saturn God. Chronic disease. I won't let you go until you understand what's good and what's bad. Saturn's formula is, gods talk with those who don't understand. Even gods are afraid of Saturn. Saturn can bring such disease like paralysis. It's often brought by him. Is a stroke connected with Saturn? Spasm isn't, stroke isn't. Stroke is blood, it's Mars. Saturn is connected with paralysis. immobilization, high psychic tension, psychosis, mental breakdowns. Is suicidal condition connected with Saturn? No. It's Jupiter. There's no idea to live anymore. And Saturn gives the idea of realization. For example, hanging oneself, it's Saturn and Jupiter. Why hanging? It's air. Marilyn Monroe was probably murdered. If we think psychologically, she was quite a fearful woman. A person can't kill themselves with such psyche. All psychologists say that if she had been going to commit a suicide, she would have drunk too much whiskey with something but not an injection. And besides, in an uncomfortable position. Saturn gives mysteriousness, secretiveness. A person died in strange circumstances. It's often fallen down. Epilepsy is connected with Saturn. When somebody is going and then just fall down, or legs don't hold the body. It's also connected to Saturn. Purana leaves legs, there's no strength.